the how to define modules and functions outside your current Python script. Okay, and then we will see how to use them. Okay, let's create a first simple example. ex underscore mod1 dot py. Now what happened is here same user bin python. Okay, now what happens is here I am saying def add function a comma b comma c. Return a plus b plus c. Okay, def add func a comma b. See, I created a file which is called ex underscore mod1 dot py. Okay, in this particular Python script I have two functions. One function takes 3 arguments and adds them together and returns that value. Second function is the one which is here, which adds 2 numbers and return the sum of those 2 numbers back to wherever you are calling these functions. Okay, now let's make use of ex mod1 in another Python script. Okay, how do you bring that specific previous mod ex mod1 to this one is simple. Import ex mod1. Okay, inside that function. Okay, inside that function there are no classes. So inside that particular module or particular Python script you have only functions defined. Now let's start using this. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 4, 5. Okay, now print add func of x comma y. Okay, now I'm closing this. chmod plus x underscore mod 2. Okay, now I'm trying to execute my second script. Let's see what it says. Okay, there is some problem with add func is not defined. Okay, I'll tell you why. You are importing that function, sorry, that module, but you are not importing that function. So from ex mod1 import add func. Okay, you see that? Now what you did is you imported that function, but inside from that function you need to import this particular method also or function also, so that you can execute it. Okay, same way now if you want to print (4, 3, 2). Okay, what it is saying, it takes only 2 arguments, not 3 arguments. But if you look at ex mod1.py, we defined both. What happens is this definition was overwritten by this definition. Okay, but how do you separate these two things? We will take a look at shortly those things. Okay, but for now, if you need to remember is, if you are trying to define second time, the second time definition will be overwritten by the first time definition. Okay, let's keep that way. Now let's enhance mod1.py. Okay, hold on, I should have some examples here. Okay, vi class ex.py. Okay, now what I did is I defined a class called A. Inside that class, what I did is I'm printing a message saying that I'm inside class A, and I initiated a variable called amount, which is 0. Okay, now I'm defining first function func function name I created as func, I passed self and value. What is self? Self is nothing but current object or current instance of that class A. The reason for me asking you guys to learn about objective oriented programming is you need to understand what is the object or what is the instance and what is the main class. Okay, anytime if you derive something from this particular class A and assign that to a variable, that's nothing but a object or instance for this specific class. Okay, self is going to represent current object or current instance of that. Okay, and value. Now what I did is self dot, because this belongs to class A, I said self dot amount is equal to self dot amount plus value, means current. For current one I am adding additional number which I am passing to this function, and now I am creating a self function print amount. I am printing whatever is the amount. How can I access this? Self dot amount. We will see what is the importance of self shortly. Okay, when we are writing some example using this. Okay, what I did is first I imported that specific module which we defined with the class. This is the name of the file always, and from this file I'm importing a class called A. Okay, so whenever I say small a is equal to capital of A like this with the braces, that means it indicates that I am creating an instance for class A. Okay, now a dot func. Okay, I don't need to pass self. Self is nothing but it represents A, because A is the current instance of that. I'm passing value 4. Okay, now I'm creating another instance called B. Okay, B dot func 3. Okay, now what happens here is now I need to call A. Let's see. Another function print amount. I need to call this function. On instance A I am calling print amount. Okay, and on instance B also I am calling print amount. Now what happens when I am running? Okay, python ex mode 3.py. You see, first it said when I created an instance small a, it said I am inside class A. Next it says inside class A function func. Okay, inside class A function func, because that's the message I am printing. Okay, but if you see, the amount had two values inside it. The reason for that is, for every time what we are saying is self dot amount. Self dot amount nothing but it represents A dot amount, B dot amount, something like that. So when A and B are two different instances, it will store two different values. Okay, is it clear for everyone, or any questions on this topic? Please speak out if you have any questions on this topic, if this is not clear for you. Okay, now what you need to take out from this example is you can create any number of instances for a given class, and every instance represents a different set of data. Okay, and you can call the same functions on different instances and still they hold different values. Okay, how to call those functions? Instance name dot that name of that function. Okay, now let's hold upon this. Let's see some examples how you can use these concepts in Selenium WebDriver. Okay, today we are going to understand how to work with Selenium WebDriver. Okay, can one of you share your TeamViewer details for Windows laptop so that I can set up Selenium WebDriver on one of your laptops and then start working on it? I can do it on my Mac, but that might not help you to understand more in detail about how to set up on your Windows. Okay, that is the reason. Renuka, can you share your Windows laptop? Team viewer details so that I can log. We all can log in and see.
Yeah, I will share that.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So I need to share the ID creator, ID generator, and password, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm closing this team viewer session so that we all will log in into Renuka's session.
Okay.
Especially on objective oriented Python, you need to practice more and more examples. That way you will be more comfortable with objective oriented Python. I again recommend all of you to read objective oriented programming techniques basics, like what is objects, what are classes, what is a member function, what is a variable, how to access, what is private class, private method, public methods, what are private variables and public variables, these kind of things, right? How do you pass various things, what is inheritance, what is derived functions, what is derived methods, what is abstract class, what is singleton class, like these various concepts, basic concepts. If you know the theory, then you can start practicing those things with some of the examples what we see here. Okay.
Venkat, I have shared my user ID and password.
Where?
Can you? That password is not. So you are able to.
No, we haven't received anything in the group.
Actually, I have. Oh, you did receive. Wait, just a minute. So I have to share my username and password, right?
Yes. Okay, first let's start installing Selenium WebDriver on your laptop. Okay. Okay, Renuka, can you copy this whole file into your desk? Copy this, select everything, and copy that. Open a notepad and paste everything into that, or notepad plus plus. Make sure you select everything in that page. Come down to see whether you are selecting everything or not. No. Don't do that select all. If you do a select all, it selects all these things. Or let's hold on. Let's do one thing. Somehow the connection is damn slow. I don't know why.
OT was cancelled.
No. Don't touch that. Okay. Okay. Now you select all. Notepad plus plus. Okay. Good. Ez setup.py. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's saved. Now go to your command line. Okay. Okay, here we have our ez setup.py. I'm running that Python script. Okay. So what it does is it will install all the necessary, you see this, it is downloading necessary setup tools package and it is installing it into Python 27 scripts location. Okay. Now we need to go to that location. Python 27 scripts. You see dir here. You see all this easy install and all these things, right? Now what you need to do is you need to run easy install.exe. So what I am saying is now easy install means this is the one which is going to download the original Selenium WebDriver related libraries and install it. Okay, it is giving some error. Okay, what it says is something is wrong with this. Okay. Now I'm saying that because we are using Python 2.7, I try to install Python 2.7 related stuff, but it is saying that traceback Python script module easy is this. Hold on. Looks like there is some issue. Okay. Before doing this, let's go back one step. Sorry. There will be another tool called PIP. I need to see where that got installed. Script finished. Site packages. Scripts. Okay. One thing, yes, Seshu, you can download that what you call zip file where everything will be installed in that automatically, because it is installation is zipped together and gave it to you. So I don't recommend that. The reason for that is, a lot of times what happens is on Windows it might work, but in Linux or any other kind of environment you need to install from scratch sometimes. So in those kind of cases or some of the Unix missions, it's going to be very hard for us. So that is the reason I'm just trying to show you how you can install everything from scratch. Okay. Okay, you see this? So we need to install easy setup tools, and then after that PIP, and after that followed by Selenium WebDriver. So now we have installed Selenium. Okay. So now how do you check whether Selenium is really installed on your laptop or not? Let's write a simple program on it. Okay. Hash exclamatory user bin slash python. Okay. Now what we do, first we import Selenium, because that's the library which we just installed. From Selenium we import WebDriver. Okay, because WebDriver is a part of Selenium libraries. Okay, it's a kind of another class inside a Selenium file itself. Now you can relate this thing to the previous one. Okay, now what happens is your browser instance, browser is equal to WebDriver dot, I wanted to invoke Firefox. So this is a function inside a WebDriver. How do I know this? Either you need to read the documentation, or you need to open up the code and understand, as WebDriver is open source. Okay. Now on that browser I'm trying to open a web page. So get is the method which will help me to open any web page. Okay. Now after that I'm not closing that browser. I want to keep it open so that we can see what it is doing. Okay. Test. Now we go to user Renu documents, inside documents workspace, inside that Python scripting. Now here I am executing test.py. What it should do, it should open a browser for me, Firefox browser. Inside that Firefox browser it should open me google.com page. Right? Now this confirms that our Selenium is been set up properly and it is able to launch the browser and everything. Now it is very simple for you to understand. If you relate this with the previous example, right? This is the file name. Let's consider that way, just for example and your understanding purpose. Inside that file I have a class called WebDriver. Inside that class I have various functions. Firefox is one of the function. Let's suppose on that not function, technically speaking, this is also a, this is module. Inside that module this is a file, and in this file I have functions. Okay, get method. This Firefox will return a, this is a class. This class will return its instance. On that instance I am calling this function. Okay, this is the class inside this file. Okay, this file is present inside this library Selenium. Okay, relate that way, it will be much easier for you to understand. Now is it clear for every one of you? Can you relate now this with your previous class example? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, good. Now what we do is we will go back. I'm closing this session. Okay, let's go back and start practicing some of the examples with Selenium WebDriver. Okay, you can save, you don't need to save this. Okay. Please everyone log in into my team viewer. It's with the same username and password. Nothing is been changed there. Okay. I'm going to quickly start writing some simple examples here. Selenium WebDriver examples for you. Now our main intention is to open the browser and close the browser. That's it. And open various web pages. Now let's understand how we can use concepts of Selenium WebDriver with Python. Okay. Port. Okay, somebody connected. Okay, one more person connected. Import. Okay, one more person connected. Okay. Okay, cool. Now everyone connected. See, how many of you remember import sys? What it does, it helps us in reading the arguments from command line. Or before this, let's ask user which website they wanted to open. Okay, that's a good idea, right? URL is equal to raw underscore input, which please enter website address which you wanted to open. Okay, now I know I'm getting input from user which website to open. Now after this, what I'm going to do, because to open a browser I need Selenium libraries. Selenium, from Selenium I'm importing WebDriver. Now what happens is, okay, now I'm creating an instance for my browser. Browser is equal to WebDriver driver.firefox. Okay, browser.get. Now what I am passing to this function, I am passing a variable which is nothing but our URL. Okay, let's see, before closing, let's see whether it works or not. Python ex Selenium. Okay, what it is asking, please enter website. Okay, http://msn.com. Now what it does, it opens a Firefox browser and it opens msn.com. You see this here, it opened up. No. Okay, it hasn't performed what we are expecting it to perform. Let's see why. Okay, I'm trying in a different way to understand more what exactly is happening. Import sys. Looks like something wrong on my side itself. Let me hard code the value and see what exactly is happening here, why it is not accepting a variable. You see that even if I give a google.com, it is not opening. So there is something critically wrong on my side. Let me quickly fix that. Okay. I'm turning off this recording so that